Hey everybody, and the market is open and we're getting an initial push off the NASDAQ. This is a 5-minute chart. And so I'm seeing the indicators looking good. You've got the Trendillo, the RSI, squeeze, all looking good. So initially we're getting a crazy push this morning. I grabbed a hold of some of that. It's a little bit volatile. I'm just going to hop out with a small little profit there, not too much. A little too volatile. I could have, if I closed that earlier, I would have made a little bit more, but a little too crazy right now. That's just an initial craziness. I do notice that when the market initially opens, it's going to be to the up or the downside, but that's a really risky play. But right there on market open, um, if you're into top step X, if you have that open, you'll get an alert that says, markets are open. And when you hear that, that's the time to watch for that move. I had a 5-minute candle going. Really, that's kind of a time to have about a 1-minute candle going. And as you can see, we had a push, and now we're starting to get some wicks, and we'll probably roll over rather quickly. But like I say, it's an initial explosion to the up or downside. It can be a lot of percent, but sometimes it's just a few percent, or a quarter of a percent. But anyway, that initial open, if you're looking at the way things are trending, sometimes it's a crazy ass way to do things. I wouldn't exactly suggest it, but it is a way to hop in there and make a little money on that open, or lose a little bit of money. So be careful. Anyway, as we can see, the NASDAQ here, NASDAQ futures and QU 2024 are made an initial move on market open and now are going to retrace a little bit. So we have to give them some time to see what they really want to do. So with that said, let me actually fire up. We could look at a lot of things, honestly, but let's just look at, some stuff. Okay, so as always, bitcoindailyview.com. Got a lot of things that I talk about linked to there. Let's look at, because let's throw some crypto in here. Right now, longs are 67% and shorts are 32% on Binance. Definitely a long bias there. Looking at the top 20 exchanges, most for crypto spot trading, mostly they're in the green right now. Looking at the last 24 hours as a trend, looking at Bitcoin in the top 100, Bitcoin coming in at 58,900, and most of the top 100 are just beginning to make a move. And one that I'm kind of interested in today is XRP. There was some news that just dropped about that, and I'll try to take a look at that and share it with you. But not as important as what the news was is that there was news. So let's just take a look at XRP and see how it's doing. And of course, look at that. Wow. If I had a little bit more faith and stayed in, yeah, the NASDAQ is opening with an explosion today. I guess there's a lot of maybe the Vanderbilts and the Rockefellers are all at home or like out there on their yachts. They got some good Wi-Fi today, so they're getting in some future trading. So that made a bit more of a move than I expected, but we're seeing a retrace. These are 1-minute candles. Let's look at a half-hour candle to get an idea of the overall trend of the market right now. And wow, okay. So overall, on the half-hour chart, half-hour candles, we are seeing an upwards trend, and we are challenging previous support and resistance here, or mostly resistance from it pumping. So let me actually fire this up in a horizontal ray right here. It kind of tells the whole story. We've seen this rejected. It's been support a time or two. Like you can see where, okay, it was support here, but it was resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. So really, it's all about, can it get above that? And if it can, then, to what extent? But we really are looking at a pretty powerful resistance right there. 30-minute chart definitely showing right now. And upwards trend that I like seeing. I like what I'm seeing. I'm just going to go with this. I'm not going to use the whole thing. Let me go about. Let me just go about here. Okay. I think back here, this was kind of a breakout, and not something that it really was able to sustain. So if we look at this, let's zoom in here a bit more to see what we're looking at. Oh no, open. One sec. Come on. Darn it. My trading view doesn't want to behave. There we go. Okay. So looking at this, definitely an upwards channel. And we are right now challenging the, as it goes right here, the heartbeat of the channel. We're definitely challenging that. So we'll see if we can get above it, but also we are challenging previous, tops or resistance there. So it's all about, can we get the energons, the high testosterone push here to actually make this move? Are we going to break above? So let's check it out. Let's look at, sorry, I'm having some mouse trouble here. Oh, sorry, having a little bit of, here we go. There we go. So 30-minute chart. The Trendillo is looking good. It's not too high up top here. RSI is looking good. Squeeze is looking good. Entry exit is looking good. I mean, really, it's all about, can we, get above this, previous support, previous rejections, you could say. Can we get above there? If we can, that would be nice. But right now, I'm going to go back down to a 5-minute candle, not 5 seconds. Sorry about that. Let's do, although if you really wanted to be hardcore, you could play the 5-second chart, and people do, and they make some dough, that's for sure. But let's look at the 5-minute chart here. Definitely the 5-minute chart. We're just beginning to see a little bit. Let's give this a little time. I think this needs to figure itself out. Initial, which this is really common. Market opens. They'd given a little bit back before it opened, and they made this little push. That definitely was some nice money, and then they got out. Whoever they are, the big players. So right now, we're just waiting for a retrace. We'll see what actually comes to pass here. While we're waiting, let's look at TradingView, and let's check out Bitcoin. Bitcoin versus USD. How's this looking today? It's making a little move here on the 5-minute chart on the traditional market open, but it had a push before the market actually opened. Had this push, came down, kind of. It's indifferent right now. Sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, it had a push right before the market opened in the 5-minute chart. Let's look at a 30. Let's look at a 45. So 45-minute chart. Yeah, Bitcoin's not looking very exciting. I mean, I'm not seeing anything that makes me think it's really getting ready to take off. There's a 4-hour chart. Let's use the traditional crypto indicators here. Use the blockchain education standard. Crypto indicators. What are we seeing here? Oh, I see an old fib sequence that I was working on. So squeeze is recovering. Directional index is giving a lot back. It's kind of not really recovering. No great volume today. It's really kind of meh. It's not that exciting for Bitcoin. Let's look at a daily chart. Okay, so this is going way back to when we started moving up on November 2022, and you can see this fib sequence has been quite powerful, very, very sticky. And right now in the daily, Bitcoin's below the 200 moving average, which is not that great. It's really, this is kind of a no man's land when you're between the 200 and the 314. So the 200 is up here, 314 is down here. 200 is white, green is the 314. So you're really in a weak spot. And also, we are playing with some Fibonacci sequence numbers here. We're, right now trying to find, we're also between the 236 and the 382. That's just a weak spot to be. It's not very exciting. So ultimately, You know, I'm just not excited right now as far as a Bitcoin trade. Bitcoin is it's just, it's got a bit of an upwards momentum this morning. Maybe on the 4 hour chart, you can kind of see where, you know what, it's just Bitcoin's nowhere. It's just hanging out. It's just calling it in this morning. Let's check out XRP USD on Coinbase, because that's an easy one for everyone to play. Everyone's got a Coinbase account, even grandma. Let's look back at the NASDAQ here. So it's perking back up. Looks like it wants to push again. I don't know for sure if it's going to push or not. Um, nah. It's a 5-minute chart. Let's look at a 15-second chart. 15-second is slightly pushing up, and on the 15-second chart, you can see a bit of a desire to push above that previous high. We'll have to see if it can actually do it. We're still in, let's see what it can actually do. It looks like it wants to push, but there's not a whole lot of energy there. So we'll keep watching that 15-second chart. Let's go back to XRP. There was some XRP news that was supposedly positive. What are we seeing here? Let's go over on a 4-hour chart. Let's check it out. So 4-hour chart. Squeeze is not doing much. Directional index is kind of recovering. ADX is kind of the white line here. It's kind of going the wrong way for anything positive. It did just on the 4-hour chart cross the 200 moving average. We're looking at this from the crypto standpoint, the crypto indicators. Actually, you know what? Sorry about that. I have my stuff crossed here. It's below 200 moving average. 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart just crossed below the 314, which is somewhat, of a bearish signal. It's just giving it back. It's not doing anything exciting right now at all. I was hoping to see some action because supposedly there was XRP news. That's what I heard. But it doesn't appear that there really was. Yeah, it made a strong push, and it got above that 200 moving average on the daily chart, and it's pushed back above it. So it's technically above it on the daily chart. You can kind of see. Is there any kind of could that kind of be like, I don't know, some kind of perverted head and shoulders? No, not really. So basically, other than on the daily, we're seeing a bounce off the 200 moving average. That's really about it. But the squeeze indicator is giving a lot back. Directional index has too. ADX is on their way up. There's no particular volume really to speak of. Let's try a different. Let's try the futures chart on that on XRP. Futures indicators, I should say. Go back to XRP USD here on Binance. Right, wrong one. Just not very exciting. And once again, you can see where, really common trend you'll see is where when something's just not really an exciting chart, you can see where if we look here, you've got, previous resistance, kind of support resistance, support resistance, support resistance, support resistance. So, that's what it's been doing here, looking at a 4-hour chart. So most likely, especially with these indicators kind of just not being very strong, I think the most we could really expect to see is about nothing. So anyway, XRP is a pretty boring chart. Pretty boring chart. Yeah, and we could actually pull that support and resistance area like next the indicator. Let me actually grab this, and you can see right where we're at. Boom. You can see a lot of support and resistance where we're at. So I was kind of thinking maybe XRP would be setting up for a move, but I'm really not seeing it at all. 45-minute chart. No, not unless it would have to start kind of a push to really get out of this downwards trend. So anyway, XRP, pretty darn boring. Let's look at anything else in the top 100 cryptos here that's looking kind of good. No, not really. Okay, so Bitcoin, pretty flaccid. Top 100 alts, pretty flaccid. XRP, I think even on news, not really going anywhere. Let's go back to our little NASDAQ futures here on the 15-second chart. We're beginning to see a dump, which is kind of good. So let's see how far this little dump goes. Oh crap, you know what? I didn't have my screen shared. Oh my gosh. Today is not like the most screwed together day now, is it? Okay, here we go. Now, well, anyway, nobody was really, this is kind of a holiday, and so the market's open, but well, luckily nobody was really watching, I think. Anyway, I didn't see anybody on the stream, so we're good. But anyway, looking at this, you've got your NASDAQ futures, 15-second chart. We definitely made a move this morning on market open. That's kind of cool. But we really have not been able to get over previous rejection area. And we're just kind of hanging out, watching to see what happens. Not too much exciting, really. Let's look at... it's good if it gives some back. It might find a good bounce spot. Let's look at finviz.com. This should refresh here. Doesn't look like it's open. Markets are open, but this is like not correct here. Those look like they are from last week. All right, never mind. Let's look at some of the other players here. Since we're looking at a 15-second chart, market is recently opened. Bitcoin, it's everywhere. You really can't see that too well. How about NVIDIA? How's NVIDIA doing? Open with a push, gave some back, beginning to push again. How about Apple? Not an exciting open. Microsoft? Yeah, it's been pushing since like pre-market. Let's look at gold, right? Gold futures. Gold futures making a push this morning on the 15-second chart, but trailing off. Silver. Let's go to 5 minutes here for these. Yeah, silver just kind of rolling there sideways. Gold sideways. Microsoft. Wow, Microsoft in the 5 minute chart, you can see a little bit more clearly. Definitely making a push, but it looks like it's slowing down at previous resistance. Apple, no push, just opening kind of sideways. NVIDIA, not much of a push on the open. So pretty much we're looking at a rather uneventful market open. And now it looks like it's a 5-minute chart here for the NASDAQ futures, and we are just, rolling over after initial push. Not too much really happening. Let me look over at Top Step X here. What are we looking at let's see, 7 or above when it comes to orders? a mix of longs and shorts. Nobody's particularly pushing it one way or the other. How's XRP doing? Not much. All right, so yeah, there you go. I mean, that's what we're doing here. Not a whole lot too incredible is happening. Sorry, I can't give you some exciting news like, wow, it's amazing. But we are giving some back on the 5-minute chart where you've lost the 5-minute and the 10-minute moving averages. So we're kind of trending down. And that's good. Let it trend down. And one thing I'm kind of curious about really is if we look here, we did notice a parallel channel, a channel that was in play. And if we kind of look here, you know, it could be, you know, really something to work with. I'll get rid of that. So, you know, it's slowing down after that morning push. And so will it come down to the channel floor and then make a move? Or if make a move off the heartbeat of the upwards channel there. Whoa, I like this. This is good. It's giving a bunch back. I do think this is a great moment to be kind of lurking. If it gives enough back, then I think that'd be wonderful. Let it shake out. And now, as you can see, it's kind of right at previous rejection. So will it find support there in that previous rejection, or just, you know, get pushed down from there? It's between the 10 and it's between the 5 and the 10 moving average. That's never, I mean, that's not necessarily a weak spot, but you know, are we going to make that? We didn't make that 5 moving average bounce, so can we make the 10 moving average bounce? You know. I'm just checking a few things here. Okay. All right, what do we got going on here? Well, we wicked down to the 10 moving average, but we're still pretty weak. So are we going to see a bounce here, or just plummet past the 10? All right, good. We're getting a nice downwards move. Bottom of this channel could definitely be an interesting spot if it really pushes down that far. All right, let's look what's going on here. All right, well, I mean, we're just pretty much just a 5-minute chart, and we're just watching. It's not, we're kind of, let's look at a 15-second chart, see if we see any, kind of change in velocity here, one way or the other. No, not seeing too much from a 15-second chart. So really, how about a, 1-minute chart here? 1-minute chart. Could we be leveling out? Maybe. So if we take that, extrapolate that to a 5-minute, what do we got? We are right here at the top moving average is the 5, trending down. The top is the 5, bottom is the 10 moving average. And so we're still seeing some downwards velocity. Yeah, buy sell indicator has just switched from bull to bear. So really, I'm just kind of watching how far this goes. I think it will probably, and things tend to do what they've done. So I'm wondering, will we see a 10 bounce? A 10 moving average bounce? I don't know. So I know it's not a very super, electric stream here today, but yeah, Robert's not here today, and he's usually the real, personality figure. Just kind of watching with those easy moves. I mean, something about live streaming. If you're somebody who's really, trading incredibly shorter time frames and a lot's happening, it's more entertaining. Or I'm really just watching for the kind of, especially looking at the 5 right now, 5-minute candles, and the 5 and the 10 moving average. Are we going to see a bounce here? It is the heartbeat of the channel. It would kind of make sense. We're close to it. But the 10 moving average, what are we going to see? It's kind of a tough one. Let's look at a 30-minute chart to see which way those indicators are doing. They tend to show us a lot. Well, you can see that upwards channel we're on here. And when it comes to the 30-minute chart, Trendillo is in the green. RSI is looking good. Squeeze indicator is just beginning to lose some velocity. Buy sell indicators on the way up. And we are basically sitting on the 5 moving average. What are we going to do? Good question. We definitely wicked a pretty good wick there. So it's all about, are we going to head in that direction or not, towards the upside or to the downside? We'll have to really honestly just sit here and watch this thing within its channel and see which way it goes. So I know it's not a very, electric thing to be watching, but this is what it kind of is. This is the life in the fast lane of trading. Which way is this thing going to go? I could almost just walk away and put a buy order. I would actually go. Also, let's see if we look at Top Step X here. You can see these lines here, and they're an amazing indicator. So where is it actually headed to? What is this one here? Settings. Which one is on the bottom? The bottom is green. Okay, I didn't quite get the indicator here. Let me get a click on there. Yeah, there we go. And that is a green. It's this colors. So yesterday's volume point of control. Okay. How about the blue one here? Oh, it's the VWAP. Okay. So VWAP is still moving. So we're below the VWAP, which is pretty powerful. How's the order book looking? It's pretty tame. Nobody's really pushing it one way or the other. How's XRP? Doing nothing. All right. Let's go back here. All right. We are indecisive on the 3-minute candle. Let's go to the 5 to get rid of some of the chop. I mean, there is a bit of support and resistance right there where the 5 is, where this latest 5 candle is. A little bit of support and resistance there. Could we see a move? Wow. Not incredibly exciting, huh? Well, on a good note, we continue to, lose ground here. This is good. I mean, I love a nice downwards move like this because really thinking like if we could go, because we're kind of looking at a channel. It played out last week, and if we could see a bounce off the bottom of this channel, and we continued to cruise back up from there, it would be just glorious. So I mean, a nice limit order down here. Maybe even put it right like here, just above there, like where we can see some interesting locations there in the chart, but especially just above, our recent low. That's at like 19,632. So if I was like, yeah, like 19,630. It's like 19,600 and 40 would be kind of soon. Yeah, 19,632. See if we saw a wick down that far, like a limit order there with a tight stop right underneath the channel, and just see how far it runs. I might just put that in and see what what becomes of it, if it actually fills or not. And of course, now we are hitting, as you can see here, some previous support and resistance in the chart. Bonk. You can see it there. That could be a bounce spot. Go to a 1-minute candle. What are we seeing? Oof. Nothing too powerful there. It's a 1 minute candle and it's a very short time frame, but what about a Fibonacci sequence from there? Yeah, you're right down there in the 618 golden pocket. That's a place you could bounce. Or the 786, which is still above the last low, which was like 19,632. So really how far, wow, wouldn't that be funny if we actually caught like a 618, golden pocket bounce? Wow, could that be the case? Short time frame, I know, but look at that. Begin to see indicators turn up. Look at that. It's a logical spot. We're challenging that 5 moving average right there. For fun, I'm just going to do a market buy. Small one. Totally scalping. This is crazy trading. Let's see what this thing does. Will we actually see a can it move? Can it actually push up from there? Worst case is I sort of like yeah, it went the wrong way. Shit. That didn't work too well. And oh shit, boom. That was not a good trade at all. Shit. If I stayed in, I probably would have lost less. That was not a good day. Shit. I should trust my initial instinct there. It actually went to the 786. Is that news? What's that? Down notches record high close after update data. So where are we at now? Is this thing still dumping? So we are, yeah, are we going to go down all the way down to that previous 19,632? Let me put oh, look at that. That is really a dump. Holy shit. Ugh. That was a terrible, terrible trade. I mean, I was scalping. I was nuts. It wasn't, a good move on my part. But now we're just going to see a bounce here. We've definitely wicked down to, a previous interesting level. Now we're going to see an upwards movement. It's a 1 minute candle. Yeah, now do we see that upwards movement? Boom, boom, boom. A lot's been given back. Let's look at a 5 minute. 5 minute clears it up a bit. So we definitely wicked down to previous, the bottom of the channel. Look at that. Wicked to the bottom of the channel on the 5 minute. Didn't quite wick as low as the previous, low. We're beginning to see how are the indicators looking. No real turn up there yet. But it is logical to, bounce off the bottom of this channel. 15-second candles, how's that looking? Here are all these indicators. 15-second. Not too electric. How's the 30 minute? Definitely, you can see this, the candle it's working on right now in the 30 minute. Definitely not too hot. Indicators kind of rolling over in the 30. So, wow. Thought we had a push there, but that was a scalp. That was a crazy trade. It wasn't, what I should have done, really. Minute candles are beginning to show a little bit of a turn up, maybe. We're challenging that 200. I'm sorry, that 5 moving average. Will this be a bit of a push? I don't know. I got faked out last time. "15-second chart is looking towards the upside. It's above the 10 in the 5 moving average. Making a push off the 5. We're seeing a bit of a push here. Let's go to a 1 minute candle. That's nice. It's gotten back above the 5 moving average on the 1 minute candle. It's above the 5 moving average. Looking towards the 10. Indicators are on the way up. And on the 5. Five is Trendillo's looking kind of good on the upside. RSI is looking good. Squeeze is kind of weak. Easy entry exit is bearish. So yeah, can we actually make a move? Off the bottom of this channel. It just seems like we could. Oh, it's a 5 minute, chart, but still. Let's look at a 4-hour chart. I mean, this is ultimately a nice channel on the 4-hour as well. It could be made, Indicators looking up. Let's go back to the 5 minutes. Yeah, it's funny. You can see the little upwards channel we're looking at within that larger 5 minute channel. 4-hour channel. Well, anyway, this is just a bit of a wait and see kind of day. It is a holiday. But yeah, there we go. Let's do another channel. Bonk. Being a little creative. There you go. So yeah. Oh no. Looking at the 5 minute chart here, it just seems like maybe we'll see what happens. Let's do in there 1 minute candle. Let it up, came down, moving up. Indicators giving a lot back. On the 1 minute, we're getting back the 5 moving average is getting above the 10 for a change. It's making a crossover, and we're beginning to see, the indicators looking kind of positive again. Maybe we're making a move to get this towards the upside of this channel again. On the 5 minutes, very inconclusive. Just, are we at a bounce point? Nope. All depends on how you look at it. Wow. Looks like GameStop definitely makes a nice push today. You can see its indicators look very good on the 5, challenging a previous high. Apple, no great shakes today. Microsoft, definitely making a stout push today, working on getting it past previous resistance. NVIDIA, making a little push today. Nothing too extraordinary. Back to NASDAQ futures. Actually, how about Bitcoin? Oh, it's all over the place. All right, so we're watching NASDAQ futures again. There we go. We're definitely dumping. We lost the bottom of that channel. We're really pushing hard to the downside. I kind of like this. This is good. It's good as long as you're not long. All right, what are we seeing here? 5-minute candle. Looking at the 1 minute, you can see it gave a good deal back. It kind of wants to recover. Ding, 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 ding. But it's quite a wick on that 1 minute candle. We're watching. What's nice is that's a nice give back to the bottom of the channel. And I might be being a little bit lazy, but I'm just looking for those just perfect, easy setups. Are we going to see a bounce there? Watching for those indicators to turn up. Where's that VWAP indicator? Let me see here. There is one I have. That's the Lux Algo. It gives these little upwards red lines there, and the blue down ones. It's making wedge shapes. All right, 1 minute candle. Still looking weak. It's below the 5 moving average, below that channel, but definitely looking at the trend low and the RSI and the squeeze and the entry exit. Given a lot back. Look at a 15-second. That looks like it's pushing back. How hard is it going to push back? You can see the squeeze rolled over. Buy sell has, RSI is looking good, kinda. Trendilla's looking good. Go to 1 minute chart. 1 minute is fighting with that 5 moving average. Now we might be seeing a push. Yeah, we're seeing a push or what? 1 minute, 15 seconds. 1 minute is, challenging that 5 moving average. It wicked to the 10. It's at the bottom, or below the bottom of the upwards channel. Indicators look like it certainly has given a lot back. Like, is that all it's going to do is just give it back today? It is a holiday. Wow. It's just, let's look at the order book here on Top Step. Orders above 7. Kind of an even mix. I'm getting some downwards push. Let's see, and the green here was, looking at that, the green was yesterday's volume point of control. I think it kind of lost that. Really equal look of equal push and pull. Oof. It's like this is just like, doesn't seem like there's a lot of interest right now in the market. Push it one way or the other. Well, let's keep watching it here. That's a little bit of a positive push there. So 1 minute, but still, it has pushed above the 5 and the 10, pushing a little bit. Is it going to challenge that upwards channel? These indicators look like, it's a 1 minute candle, of course, but look like it might have a little bit of energy. Let's look at the order book. It's really not filling up with positive energy there. It is challenging. It's a 15-second chart. Let's look at a 1 minute for a little bit more clarity. But yeah, it's challenging yesterday's volume point of control. So basically, that's like I believe like the greatest volume was right where we're at. How's XRP doing? Nothing extraordinary. Are we getting a push now on the 1 minute? Could that keep rolling? We're above the important moving averages. We're back in the channel. How about a 5 minute? How's that look? Oh, we're back in the channel. We're getting ready to challenge that 5 moving average. Indicators are pointing up a little. Well, now they're not, but just barely. Let's see if we can hold this here. Let's see if we can make the 5 minute candle look good. It is challenging that 5 moving average. I mean, let's look at this channel once again here on the 5 minute. I mean, it holds up. I mean, a person could get in and just do a tight stop right now, you know, just like I'm going to do it, like get in. How's that 1 minute candle looking? Okay, we're watching here. Death cross on the 1 minute. That's fun. All right. One minute, not exciting. 5 minutes still looks kind of good, but the indicators are trending down. I'm going to keep on the 5 minute here and just contemplate this and watch the indicators to turn up. So I'm thinking like we got a channel for what it's worth. 5 minute channel, I know, but still. Things tend to do what they've done. And as you can see, it's played this channel pretty well. XRP, how you doing? Doing nothing. Order book, not exciting. Still have a mix of shorts and longs. Let's see, if I wanted to do something crazy, hop in and set a stop like right at bottom of this channel here, which is just a little below. So 19,630 make my stop. 19,630. Let's try that. Let's do a buy. Make my move up my stop loss here to 19,630. Okay, it's 19,630 is my stop. Right now, so I'm down. Just going to give this trade a try and see if I can get a little. Oh, getting close to stop, and I stopped. Oh. All right. Let's look at the 30-minute. Boy. Yeah, 30-minute indicator is definitely trending down. You can see that channel really being lost in the 30-minute now. Let's go to the 5-minute again, not 5 seconds, 5 minutes. Yeah, it's trending down. Well, anyway, guys, that's me taking a couple losses today. Mainly because honestly, I'm trying too hard. I think this channel will play out, but I'm just missing grabbing it. It doesn't seem like. We'll see what happens. It's just not exciting today. Hard to tell how long this one's going to continue down. Oof. Yeah, this guy wants to dump. Jeez, look at that. Well, anyway, I want to stop the stream and chill for a while. Maybe I'll fire it back up because right now it's just. I think that this channel maybe it won't play out. Maybe this thing is gonna. Let's go like a 4-hour chart here. Well, and it's been weekend, so let's not bother with that. But looking at like. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It just seems like it wants to plummet for the moment. I don't think this channel is gonna hold up, or if it does, it's definitely going to take a little visit to the downside outside of it. I mean, the only thing I could think of now, I mean, if I wanted to short, would I short right now? No. We do see like the last, low. It could get down to there. What I might do is I'm going to set an alert, add an alert. Let's see if it gets down that far. I wonder, maybe we're heading down that far. It's got to take a real dump to get this thing rolling. But would I short right now? No, I wouldn't. So I tried too hard today, but not really. It was definitely, caught that market open. That was kind of fun. That's always a gamble. But usually if you can jump that tree, like they talk about in drag racing, if you can jump that tree, get it really quick, if you can look the way things are going, you can hop in for some gains up or down. But I've been trying to play the bottom of this channel, and I'm not seeing it happening. It just seems like it's a big nope. It didn't work. I don't trust it to bounce now, even with the indicators turning up, especially with the 30-minute indicators kind of weak. So I'm just going to give up for a while. And I have my indicator set at that, an alert set at that previous low here. And we'll see if it gets down there. If it gets there, I'll revisit. But right now, I'm just going to chill, do something else for a bit. Let's look at NVIDIA. How's NVIDIA looking? It's making a move, broke above the previous high that it was working on there. So it's NVIDIA's perking up. How about GME? GameStop making a move today. Apple, weak. Microsoft, rocket ship to Pluto, challenging a previous high. It's looking pretty darn good. If you're a Microsofter, you're probably feeling pretty good right now. Let's go back to, let's look at gold. Making a slightest little push today. How about silver? Not much. Gold and silver not doing much. What's EST? Oh, S&P 500 mini futures. They're nothing I want to play today. Minis, NASDAQ minis. Not playing those today. How about Bitcoin futures? Not too up this morning, but not too exciting. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this thing sit and watch my. I'm gonna take off, close the stream, and I will just let this run. I don't trust it to bounce. I wouldn't really feel good getting in if it bounced right here. It's just not in a good spot. And how about 1 minute? Blah. I'm going to see if it dumps more and then bounces, like I say, at around 19,595. Then I'll reevaluate if I hear that go ding, 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 ding. I'll give it a while. I'll come back, see what's going on. Is it moving up, moving down? I have a feeling I'll probably just go away and ignore it, and we'll see a bounce down here, or at least it'll hit down there, and we'll be able to then we'll figure maybe we're going to see a and we are at a place of interest in the charts before. Is this a bounce spot? We'll see. That's a 5-minute chart. Go back to a 1 minute. It's got holiday vibes. How's XRP doing? Oh, a little perky. Challenging previous highs. Where it got rejected. Chart's way overextended here. Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to hop off. Holiday weekend. Been crazy. I'm just going to watch and see if we listen for some action down here. Take care.